Okay.
And we're live.
Okay, that was a technical glitch.
Now we're good. We're live.
The first of many. Okay. So far, Jen, I can only see me and you.
Yes. Yes, we are streaming live to YouTube. We currently already pre-show have 40 people here. So thank you for being here. The YouTube tells you how many people are watching.
Oh, well, actually, I see you. I see where we are right now.
Yeah, but we're gonna have hundreds. So this is gonna rock.
So if you're listening and you can hear me okay, could you please put in the chat, where are you from? Where in the world are you dialing in from, zooming in from, chatting in from, YouTubing in from? Where are you coming in from in your world? We had a brief discussion before we started that if you're from New Jersey, we don't really want to hear about that because New Jersey is not in the world. It's in another world, a whole other world. But if you're from in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and you're an Eagles fan, all you have to do is put 12 and 1 in the chat and I'll get it. So where's the chat?
Indiana, Birmingham, Alabama.
Hold on, Lisa's finding the chat.
Italy. Las Vegas.
Where's the chat? Come on, Lisa, you can do it.
I just messaged Lisa to make sure she has the right thing. Hello, guys. Flip, finish, don't know your name, but hello. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Eleonora, Ram. I love this. Tell us where you're watching from. Frickin' Scotty, close to Lambeau Field. Palm Beach Shores, Florida, Jersey. Can you see it now, Jeffrey?
Almost.
Okay, Slavnia. Howdy from hell. You know who that is.
Norway. Yeah. Classic. Here it is right here, Joachim. Hey, Joachim. How are you? Ziggy's out from Jersey, right? You wouldn't want to give your whole name from New Jersey. LA, St. John's, Florida. Whoa, where the river flows north. So let me know where you're from, because we're still a minute away from making it happen. Hello, everybody. Here's the deal. I'm going to ask you to use the chat several times before we actually get into the meat of this, because I want to know where you are. This is a very important message that I'm going to be delivering today. And I want to make sure that you're both truthful with me and truthful with yourself. This is the hardest part of selling. The hardest truth you tell is the truth you tell yourself. For example, why the guy didn't call you back, or why the guy bought from somebody else. Those are the biggest bullshit lies in sales, because you're going to blame the other person rather than taking responsibility for it. So I'm going to start out with something that's, I think, pretty amazing. What is artificial intelligence? Put that in the chat. What do you think it is? And you don't have to go Google it and look up, to look smart. What is it to you? 5 words, 10 words. What is artificial intelligence to you? Somebody says, hey, I used AI, or I used artificial intelligence. What does that actually mean to you? Because this is a very integral part of today's lesson. I do not think
Jeffrey, you have a fellow Eagles fan in the chat, just to FYI.
Good. About time. But Slovenia is here. I mean, how have we ever had a seminar from me not including Slovenia? I love it. Totally. Oh, well, Las Vegas, close to Lambeau Field. No one cares. Oh, are the Packers still in the NFL? Oh, well. All right. So a tool to enhance life, Whoa. People without feelings, machine learning of data supplied from databases that identifies trends. Montreal is announced. Hey, Max. Okay, so I'm going to show you something. See, artificial intelligence sounds so innocent. Oh, it's artificial intelligence. Dude, it is a lethal freaking weapon. It is not even close. I'm going to show you something right now that will redefine how you think about artificial intelligence. Ready? I knew you would be.
Elon's artificial intelligence company just released something that's going to change the world. OpenAI's ChatGPT was just released to the public. On the surface, this doesn't look like much, but many people think it's going to replace Google search. This application has already gone viral, and there's millions of people asking it the most complex questions. It can take care of a time-consuming task, such as writing scripts for algorithmic traders, writing out lines of code. You can use this to create a workout plan or a dietary regimen. I'll even show you an example right now. Write me a business plan for selling jewelry for dogs. I just wrote an entire business plan in less than 5 seconds and answer more simple questions like how to flirt with a girl or what's the Krabby Patty formula. Okay, so it's not perfect. It doesn't know the Krabby Patty formula, but it's constantly learning. And there are some limitations, but it's only going to improve. They're hoping ChatGPT becomes your own helpful assistant. I'll talk to you, answer questions, and even give you advice. If you've seen Iron Man, think of it as Jarvis.
You got that yet? I'm telling you, this is real. Actually, it's surreal. And you're going to have to play a role in that. So let me define it again. AI is your next hell if your competitor is using it and you are not. And so the technology that we're going to talk about today includes using other people or other computers or other brains to help you. You are not alone. So now that I've scared the crap out of everybody, it is now goal time. What are your decade plans? Because most people are handed a piece of paper from some office in some big corporation that said, this is your sales plan for 2023. Where did they get that sales plan? Answer, they pulled it out of their ass. And now you have to make a goal to achieve somebody else's goal. I'm talking about your goal. What are your goals and what are your decade plans? I'm a person who has for years talked about what's now, what's new, and what's next. And decade is all about what's next. So you might know what's now. You might be given a plan to talk about what's new, but I need you to understand that what's next is equally as important. And when we're finished this webinar, I want you to define each one of them. What's now, what's new, and what's next. You can watch the replay and figure it out. My friend, the great Dan Burris says, in times of uncertainty, document what you're certain of. And you have to document now what are you certain of, what's now, what's new, and what's next. Isn't that cool? And so don't be telling me you know what artificial intelligence is until you have used it. I went into this Elon Musk program and I asked it a bunch of questions. It's scary. It is freaking scary. What are you certain of? Who are you certain of? And what are you certain that you can achieve in this year? Your quota, great year, great sales. I want to know, how confident are you in you, given the fact that the economy might be uncertain? Now, I'm certain that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. That's how certain I am. And we can revisit that in February or whenever they start to play it. It's probably going to be June. But the bottom line is, I'm certain of a bunch of things, especially my sales skills. So tell me about it. Talk to me in the chat about what are you going to achieve this year? What are you certain that you can achieve this year, given the volatility in the economy, given the volatility in your pricing or maybe in your supply chain? What are you certain is going to happen for your benefit? And you need, I mean, I'd love to know it, but you need to sleep with that under your pillow. That's how important it is. So talk to me in the chat for just a minute. And Bum, 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 bum. See, when I'm looking at all of these old things about artificial intelligence, you think it's just some computer program. No, it is so powerful, it's scary. It's millions of voices in one algorithmic setting that can answer anything about anybody. Now, it does not connect with the internet. It only knows what it knows. But can you imagine how sophisticated it's going to get when more people have more things and more things and more things? I mean, look what happened to YouTube. Remember, it was like a funny little thing. Now it's like dominant player in the world. All right. What is preventing your sales from closing sooner? Put that in the chat. Why are you having a length of time here in your sales cycle when it could be here? What is the difference between closing a sale quicker or taking a long time to close a sale? I need to know that so I can understand how to address you for the rest of this time. Yeah. Isn't this incredibly thoughtful? I'm trying to make you think. If you think the strength of your relationships could speed up your sales, put a 1 in the chat. And let me challenge you with this. The strength of your relationships says, can you convert a relationship to a friend? If you think the strength of your relationships could speed up your sales process, put a 1 in the chat. Now, time is valuable, so I'm going to move on. Your job is to either watch the replay and keep doing. We'll keep taking elements, but a lot of people are putting 1 in there. I can just tell you that 1, 1, 21, 1, 1, 1. If you don't think it's valid, put 2 in. You don't think friendships mean anything, put 2 in. But we, as a universe, a sales universe, are not in the middle of a crisis. Unless you watch the news, then you panic. You are in the middle of the biggest opportunity of your lifetime. Because of what's happened over the course of the past couple of years, the sales curve, not the pandemic curve, has been flattened. There's an awful lot of equality going on right now with respect to virtual and video. Those two elements have leveled the playing field literally forever. You have an opportunity to learn about yourself right now, an opportunity to learn new sales skills, and an opportunity to learn how to help other people win. 100 years ago, Napoleon Hill said, generally speaking, a job is as good in proportion to the amount of study required to master it. I think that it's ×3, me personally. I think if you have a 1-hour presentation, you have to spend at least 3 hours getting ready for it. Otherwise, you will not have mastered it. And as the late, great Martin Luther King said, now is the time. I'm going to talk about making sales right now because I believe that making sales is going to get a little bit harder. I think the economy is going to get in the way of closing. It's slowing down a little bit, and nobody knows how much it's going to get, or better, slower. No one knows. No one has the answer. Your job is to begin to communicate closer with your customers so you can find out what is going on from their perspective. And I have more on that in just a minute. If you're stuck in the worry mode, you're actually manifesting whatever it is that you're worrying about. Oh my gosh, I hope I can make my quota. Oh my gosh, I hope don't worry about that. Just tell yourself you're going to blow the quota away. If you're focused and your thoughts and actions are focused on creating the outcome that you want and the outcome that you deserve, then you will manifest that outcome. It's just that simple. Will it happen 100% of the time? No. Will it happen more than it's happening right now if you manifest a positive outcome? Guaranteed. Your outcome will affect and determine your income. Ooh. So, the first thing I want you to do is write down what you believe are your core competencies as a salesperson. In other words, what are you damn good at? Questioning, building relationships, lowering sales barriers. So let me give you some of mine that I teach, and then you can decide if any of those fit in. I'll go slow so you can put a few more things in the chat. Hi, Crumpton. Help customers win, teach customers to profit, offer your best value, deliver what you promise. Well, that's a pretty good core competency. Be accessible. In other words, not on voicemail. Be a resource. In other words, help them beyond your product or services. Be friendly and likable, which costs no extra money. Be 10-second responsive. Find them referrals. Be grateful and thankful. And the last one, which I think is most important, no surprises. I want you to think about this because none of my statements have anything to do with overcoming objections or closing the sale. That's all old world bullshit. That was over 5 years ago. You're just waking up to it now. So I'm going to give you the 3.5 things that you can do specifically to sharpen your sales skills right now and get out of any kind of worry mode that you're in. Here's how. Number one, the sales process hack to double your sales. Now you're going to go, oh, it's too simple. It is not simple. Well, it is simple. It's just not easy to do. Double the amount of time that you spend in front of people that can say yes to you. And you do it very easily. Just go on your watch or your laptop or you get a stopwatch if you want to go old world, and hit the start button when you're in a meeting with someone that can say yes to you, and hit the stop button when you're done. And you're going to find that on an average day, you're in front of people that can say yes to you about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You want to double your sales? I'm sorry, Jenny, go.
Oh, I just want to add something. So, in an age of AI, where it's basically going to be able to do all of our jobs better than we can, the one thing it can't do is this. The machine can't sit in front of your customer and create that connection like you can, right? So this becomes even more important with AI creeping in. This is more important than ever.
The challenge for you is to understand what AI really is and how you can gain control of it in order to help you rather than lament it because you don't want to take the time because you're too busy watching Netflix and drinking beer. And I apologize for those of you who drink wine. Some of you watch Netflix and drink wine, equally as stupid. So double the amount of time that you spend in front of people that can say yes to you. Ask strategic questions to build relationships and create trust. And then you document every single answer that they give you so you can remember them. You're going to ask a bunch of questions and you can't just go, yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to write it all down because if you have 100 customers, how in the hell are you going to remember anything that they said? Anything that they said after you've left for 20 minutes. Documenting also clears your mind for ideas and for the next steps in the sale. It will actually give you ideas. Well, this guy said this, maybe I can do this. Maybe I should do this. But once you leave there, you're going to forget those details. So in the chat, how well do you document customer details? 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. I'm the greatest at documenting details, put a 5 in the box. Anything less than that, put a 1, 2, 3, 4. Try not to do 3, you're either a 2 or a 4. But my challenge is, are you more worried that your boss is going to find out all the details? Or are you more worried that you're not going to have the details when you need them? Because a lot of people say, well, I don't want my leadership to see all the things I do. Get over yourself. Just put it in there because it's for your own good. On a scale of 1 to 5, how well do you document customer details? 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. So here's how we use tech to make it faster, easier, error-free. I'm going to give this to you, Jenny.
Yeah, sure. So if you want to go to the next slide, yeah, perfect. So one of the things we do is in every sales conversation, we're always asking these similar questions. And so we build it right into our tech so that we don't forget to ask the questions or get the answers, and B, we don't forget the answers, and we can document it easily. So this way, if it's someone we haven't spoken to in 5 years and all of a sudden we resurface that friendship with them, we can go back and remember things that they're like mind blown that we remember. And some of those things you can see on the left, where did he or she grow up? Relationship builders, like specific things that relate to them, because this is how you can use technology to help you instead of allow it to get ahead of you. What are the shared values or business experiences, stories that they've told you? And then we always document ideas that we come up with that are in their favor, because that's what's going to set you apart from the machine.
What I have found is when you start to talk to them, the values will pop up and so will the ideas. And part of capturing details is also capturing the idea that goes along with the detail.
Yeah, AJ just mentioned Pipedrive, and we'll talk about that soon, but we are actually documenting all of these really quickly on our phone easily. And we never, it used to be in notes or some, all different random places where we're trying to remember stuff, sometimes in our head. But if you're doubling the amount of time, you're putting yourself in front of people who can say yes to you, it's almost going to become impossible to remember all of these details about someone else.
Now, strategy 2, a follow-through strategy that actually works. Hint, it's not a follow-up strategy. Your boss will tell you, follow up right after you send the proposal. And I'm going to say, why? You want to see if they got the proposal? Let me give you a clue. They did. Number 2, you have to have a better statement to that customer than asking that stupid question like this. Bob, following up, we sent you this proposal, which I'm sure you got and have already looked at the price. But the proposal is not quite self-explanatory, and I'm calling today to go over some of the things that are not in the proposal, if that's okay for you, and you might have a minute or two. Way better. Note well, this is a shift in sales mindset. Follow-up is about the sale. Follow-through is about the sale and the relationship, which means what happens after the customer ownership. What is the outcome of them saying yes to you? So let me give you a couple of follow-through strategies that you can use immediately, and you can immediately apply to your business and your sales process. My statement has always been, if you walk into a sales call with information about you and your offer, they consider you a salesperson. But if you walk in with ideas and answers about them, they consider you a resource. Mr. Jones, in our proposal, we give you prices and all kinds of stuff about the product. What we don't tell you is what happens after you take delivery, and that's my job. Have specific questions and follow-through actions and document them every time you get answers. So, for example, many people who sell a product don't sell it to the person that actually uses it. So you have to have a huddle with the people that actually use it and say, hey, this is coming. Here's 3 things you're going to love about this. Follow-through actions are about building value, and sales are about documenting outcomes each time. Whoa. You have to make certain that these elements are documented so that you can go back and brag about the win, feel good about the win, feel good about helping them through this process because they bought from you for a reason. It was a helpful reason. They didn't buy for the hell of it. Let me show you how we do it. Jenny?
Yeah, so instead of trying to remember when the next activity needs to be, we set the activity on the last activity. So we're leaving the meeting. Before we leave the meeting, we already have the next meeting scheduled. We pop it into our platform right here, and see on the left, enter in the next activity here. We enter it there, and then see on the right, your calendar. It literally syncs with your calendar. So now you're not just saying, I'm going to do this, but if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't get done. But if it is on the calendar, it gets done, right? And so it's amazing how these two things sync. So we're using technology all throughout the sale to help make it easier and faster.
I take notes as I go and auto add next step in my calendar. How powerful is that? And the answer is, it is way powerful. And keep in mind, I'm a Mac person. I don't want to have to think about my computer, but this thing just works. So let me show you what the bigger picture looks like. We just sent it. Oh, you go, Jen.
Okay, so it's showing us all of the different activities. It tracks everything, so you don't have to remember, did I send the agreement? Did I not send the agreement? All those things. And it's reminding you of all the things along the way, next steps, follow-ups, follow-throughs, all of that. And it tracks it for you.
It makes the sales cycle understandable. It makes the sales cycle actionable. And that's really what you're all about. So strategy 3 is turning customer relationships into loyal, referring friendships. This is huge because when your relationship becomes your friend, they automatically become loyal and they're automatically thinking about, how can I help Bob? How can I help you with your business? Oh, wait, I know somebody that might be interested. Let's have coffee. One of the examples that I like to use are people that come to me to write a book because oftentimes I've been talking to them for 20 years. So this guy, Rob, was a great leader in his corporate job, spent 25 years there making a mastery of it. And I kept saying to him, write down your stories, dude, because one day you're going to write a book. And 25 years, literally almost to the year, 25 years later, he goes, okay, I took your advice and I got the first book written. I'm like, cool, totally cool. Let me give you another example. In 1993, I was in an office in New York City. I was writing the sales Bible at the time, and I was asking for help. I showed the guy helping me, think about this. I showed the guy helping me one of the statements in the book. If you make a sale, you earn a commission. You make a friend, you earn a fortune. He stopped the meeting, called all of his people in, had them put the saying on his website, printed it out on everybody's desk, and that was 30 years ago. If you make a sale, you earn a commission. If you make a friend, you earn a fortune. Think about that in terms of you as well. So paying attention, offering ideas, and taking notes on what mattered to him. And that's what you have to do to you. What someone starts to talk to you, don't just go, No, you're actively taking notes. This is the most critical and least used step in the relationship building process. The I cannot afford to forget these important details step. Critical.
And Jeffrey, we actually go into detail on this. I don't know how many of you are enrolled in our sales accelerator. It starts on Friday and goes for 4 or 6 weeks throughout in the new year. But it's, a setting intentions program and 4 weeks on closing more sales. It's a 4-week course on closing more sales. So we do go into detail on that. If that's something you're interested in, put a yes in the comments and I'll pop in that link. Keep going, sorry.
So what CRM do you use? Can you put that in the chat? Because I'd really like to know if you have a CRM, if you use a CRM, what the CRM means to you. Maybe put it in there and on a scale of 1 to 5, how good do you think it is? 1 crappy, 5 unbelievable. So I think if you've been following AJ, he's going to put Pipe Drive in a number 5 next to it. Just my opinion. But what CRM do you use? And how effective is it for you to help you make the sale? That's what I want to know. Pretty cool. Interesting answers. And while you're chatting, what's missing in your CRM? What do you wish was in there that's not in there right now? Because I don't want to let a cat out of the bag, but I think it's pretty evident that we use Pipedrive ourselves, and it's actually helping me understand the sale and close the sale. It's unbelievable. The only thing missing from the CRM was what I didn't put in there, and I can put it in myself. That's pretty cool. What do you wish was in your CRM? Put that in the chat. Because these are elements that you're going to need to master the technology that will put you at that next level as a salesperson and eliminate competitors, because the customer's impressed with who you are as a person, not just as a salesperson.
And some of you
Wow, I
may
love how
not,
that guy follows up. I love his details. I love.
and some of you may be using no CRM right now. And that's kind of where we were for a couple of years, Jeffrey, because we didn't like any of the CRMs out there. We had trialed a lot, we had used a lot, and they just were clunky and time consuming. And so when we discovered Pipedrive, it changed the game for us. But we're going to give that to you for free as a gift at the end. So keep staying here till the end. Did Jeffrey freeze for anyone? Oh. Stay tuned. Jeffrey will be right back. There he is. You're on mute. He's coming back. You're still on mute.
Okay,
There
I'm
we
good.
go. Yes, you're not sharing your slides anymore, just FYI.
Don't tell me I'm not doing it. I'm doing it right this minute. Okay.
Oh, man.
So you wake up and you know exactly what you need to do. You know which sales to work on to get you to the next level. And you know which relationships you need to build on, because you can see all the important information in one place. I wake up to it personally every single day. I get an email from Pipedrive that tells me what I need to do today, and it is scaringly accurate. This is our whole vision, Jenny.
Yeah, this is our deal center. So when you log in, you can see all the different deals you're working on, rather than, I remember when I used to have them like on Post-it notes or in an Excel doc or whatnot. But the fact that you can just move everything through makes it so easy. You can literally take someone's card, like on the second, in the first column, the second down, you see Glenn something training, right? So I can literally take Glenn and move him across as he moves across a sales cycle. And I'm not going to lie, it feels kind of rewarding to move someone across the different stages.
Tech apps collect data and give reminders. But when you do what we do, you get immediate sales strategies, implementable, valuable sales answers, and ideas that favor the customer, all by collecting details and data. We use Pipedrive. And the reason we use it is that we've been searching everywhere and finally found it. It's not just built by IT people to help manage sales. It was actually built by salespeople to help you make sales. They brag about it. Jen and I have been to their offices in New York, in Berlin, Germany, and it's real. If you want to double your sales, you have to keep track of all the details. If you want to become a resource, a trusted advisor, a friend, you have to keep track of all the details. If you make a promise or send a proposal or try to uncover buying motives and actually uncover one, you have to keep track of all the details. Did I mention you have to keep track of all the details? I think I did. And your job is to, it's not rude. You're just typing or keyboarding what they said, maybe even voice to texting it. You're allowed to do that as well. The devil is not in the details. The sale is in the details. And your job is to understand that and put it into practice on a daily basis. Now, I'm not going to mention the name of the very overpriced, expensive, hard to use CRM that we used several years ago, but we had to pay a consultant $7,500 just to turn it on. Then we had to figure out how to use it. So I was waiting for everybody else to just show me, and no one ever did. We've never recommended any CRM program because we never found one that was easy to use and actually helped make sales until this minute. So go here, go to Gitomer.com/CRM. And you're not going to have to do anything. They'll give you a freebie.
Yeah, you're going to get the first month for free. First month is free. So,
and you also do not need a tech person. I did it. You do not, I promise you, you do not need a tech person. And then if you decide you want to take it, they'll give you 20 off for the first year, which is pretty cool. And it's not expensive anyway.
So for Eleonora, who's asking to compare it to other platforms, my vote would be it's free for the next 30 days. Go in there and try it. Go give it a try. Because what I have found is the functionality of the app. I do everything from my phone. I don't know if you're like me and you like live on your phone. The functionality of the app and the ability to do things so fast in there is insane. And we've had that same platform that you mentioned, Eleonora, and we switched out of it as well. And so we've literally, I think we've tried 80% of the platforms. It's the only one we recommend.
And we've tried big ones and we've tried little ones, and Pipedrive is it. I'm just telling you from a standpoint of a person that does not want to use tech, does not want to collect data. This absolutely works, and it's scary good. Now is the time. And there's a reward there if you do it. But in your life, in your sales life, you have to know every detail. You have to know how you can help. You have to have an idea or two. You want to try to meet face-to-face if possible, but it's not totally, in today's world, you can do it virtually. But it's important that you brainstorm ideas. And when you find stuff out, you document it. You document their issues and you document their concerns. No other CRM that I know of does this. In times of uncertainty, document what you're certain of. This is such a good lesson. You have no idea how powerful this is. In times of uncertainty, document the details. This is the tech that we use. We've mastered it by creating our own sales timeline. I mean, we sat for 5 minutes, went through our sales timeline, and poof, it was done. Look how easy it is. Obviously, we have taken a lot of things out of there because it doesn't run your damn business.
I want to add something. Like, you can have whatever stages you want at the top. We made those stages in 10 seconds, right? Those are our stages for specific types of 5 and 6 figure deals that we do. For other deals, we might have different stages. You can have a different pipeline. So where it says attempting connection, that may not be your process. You can quickly and easily change that. And what we do when you get started with our link is you actually get a get started session with me. I walk you through all the tech, how we use it, those questions that we showed at the very beginning, how to set them up on the contact card. I literally help you get started. We have one session coming up. I think it's the end of this week, but you'll get invited to all of them when you sign up to using our link.
And keep in mind that other CRM companies charge $7,500 to do this, and we're doing it for a mere $6,500. Oh, no, wait. We're doing it for free. And you can do it in minutes, literally in minutes. But the challenge is you got to become a Gitomer Pipedrive user. So you go to gitomer.com/CRM, and then you're in our inner circle. We have an exclusive arrangement with Pipedrive, extended free trial, great pricing. And now when you use our link, you get the bonus deal with Jen. Gitomer.com/CRM. I don't want this to sound like a sales pitch, but let me tell you what, I have to, or if I don't come there.
Free. It's
Right,
free.
exactly.
We're giving you something that we use that is going to be a game changer for the next decade. And the
So
thing
quit
that
your complaining, it's free.
it's free for the first 30 days.
Wrong deadline. Oh, is it? Is that right? Tuesday, the 22nd?
I don't think Tuesday is the 22nd. No, but that's okay. If you want the get started session with me, sign up like right now. It's that easy. Just
I'll change the deadline to now. How about that? Like, dude, I think I corrected the date in here. Use our link, then send your confirmation to helpme@gitomer.com by email. Send your confirmation, and then you'll be invited to the live session where Jen will walk you through and get you started.
Yeah, we don't get
Snapshot.
notified, so we won't know if you signed up. So
Right.
just let us know, please.
You never call me. You don't like me. You didn't know. They don't. They keep it a secret. It's part of their HIPAA program.
Jeffrey, we got actually a few emails to help me at Gitomer.com during this time asking
Oh,
about the sales accelerator. So
Oh,
I just
cool.
want to go back and explain what it is.
Okay.
Because we can email you back as well if you
Go on,
emailed us. But just since you're here, listen,
You have my permission to do anything you want.
we want to help as many salespeople as possible hit the ground running in 2023. We want to help you close more deals and create more financial stability and security for you and your family. So we've created a program that helps you identify your goals. We do that this year. We're doing it on Friday, and there'll be a recording if you can't be there. Helps you identify your goals for right now and for the next decade, because the sales people who identify goals for not just right now, but also for the next decade are going to be the ones who truly win. Okay, Jeffrey, maybe you can talk about when I'm done in a second, but what looking at a full decade did for you versus when you were looking at stuff year to year. And then in January, we begin a live course where we're teaching you live on a Zoom webinar, just like this, but only for the people who purchased, how to close more deals. It's a close more sales course. And in addition to that, there's a couple other. In addition to that, there's a couple other bonuses that are incredibly amazing. Okay, so you're going to get the sales assessment, personalized results. You're going to get the Staying Afloat Through Uncertain Times ebook. But to me, the closing sales in the toughest of times, closing deals no matter what, that course that we're going to be teaching to live is really going to be amazing, as well as the intention setting masterclass. So I highly recommend it. It's only $97. I mean, it's valued at thousands of dollars.
Millions.
If you go to bit.ly/Gitomer2023, and I'll pop it in there again right now, you can access that. But we are making it at such a low price because we want so many of you, obviously not your competition, but we want so many of you to be able to make this happen.
All right.
And sorry, Jeffrey, what I talk for a second about what it looked like for you when you started looking at a decade worth of goals versus a year.
I saw so many emails of have your best year ever that I thought there's got to be something wrong with this because everyone's doing it. I even did it for a while. I had a seminar in New Jersey about how to give your best year ever, but that was almost 20 years ago. Eventually, the year runs out. And if you don't have a plan beyond the year, you're in trouble. I showed you at the beginning of this talk what's happening in artificial intelligence. Dude, artificial intelligence needs a friend. And right now, you're no place with it. I mean, you're literally no place with it. And so part of the tech stack that you have to use over the course of the next year, 2 years, 10 years is incorporating the intelligence of other things and computers into your sales process. Well, the only way you're going to do that is document the detail for each one of your customers because they're all different. And your job is to harmonize with the process, harmonize with the tools, and then document your details to be able to make the sale. I mean, you have these options for you, and we're here to help you literally. It's a little confusing. It won't be when Jen is done. I promise you that. She's a master at it. So you get it through our link and you get access to our private lessons, Gitomer.com/CRM. The lessons about how to use it and how we use it to make more sales. Free trial by December the 15th. How'd I do there, Jen? And start closing in your direction. Here's where you go. It's so simple. It is so simple. Just Gitomer.com/CRM. Boom. And you're in. I hope I've given you enough lessons on documenting details and what lies ahead of you, because this is not just a webinar. This is a wake-up call. You're at the end of the year. Somebody needs to come to your house and slap you on the face and say, put down that wine glass, click off Netflix, and start documenting what's important to you as a salesperson, and then start documenting what is important to your customers as salespeople. That's the deal. Okay, so let's take a little bit of a break because I've already gone exactly to my time limit, I think. Can't quite see the time, but I'm sure it's there. Who's got questions that they want to ask? Just put them in the chat. Jen will ask them.
Yeah, pop it in the chat. Let's see those questions. Joachim says, I'm in. I love it. Mount Maru Medicine says, is it a good investment for a solopreneur? And I can tell you that for me, I have a business where I am a solopreneur. I use it. To me, it is a good investment. It's not a lot of money. And it's going to help you make money, way more money than you're going to invest into it. So yes, I believe it's a good investment for a solopreneur. What do you think, Jeffrey?
Totally. Totally. It's not much money. They're not asking you to invest thousands of dollars. It's like, it's very inexpensive on a monthly basis.
Also, a lot of these tech tools can eliminate the need to have to hire out. So when you're not having to remember everything in your head, you can not have to hire, it may save you salary. And that's often a solopreneur's or entrepreneur's biggest expense. And so, I think it's a game changer. Someone did ask in the beginning, why did the Eagles lose a game? So I didn't know if you wanted to address that.
They're probably a Washington, formerly known as the Redskins, fan. We lost a game because we didn't have our best game, but we're 12-1. What's your team? We embarrassed the crap out of the New York Football Giants. I mean, we did not beat them yesterday. We gave them an ass whipping, and it wasn't even close. So just please keep quiet. Two other little details. Gabrielle's social studies teacher asked if anyone in the class knew where hell was. And she immediately raised her hand and said Norway because of Joachim and because Gabrielle like subliminally listens to our live Facebook show, number one. And number two, as you all know, I have 4 daughters and 4 granddaughters. One of my granddaughters is pregnant, and guess what she's having? Yep, a girl. So there will be 9 women in the Gitomer sub family, and Jen making it 10, and Zoe and Charlie making it 12. And everybody here's a girl. There's no male anybody unless we get visitors.
Charlie's a girl, for those of you wondering. Her real name is Charlotte.
Yeah, she
Oh,
identifies she identifies as a spoiled Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
She does, because
Yeah.
she is. Oh man, Julie, I just noticed you signed up for the Sales Accelerator. We are so excited to have you in there. Can't wait to see you.
So here's another girl. I have to tell you that this is your time, you guys. You're done with this year. It was a hectic year to say the least. All kinds of information coming back and forth with all kinds of crap. Next year is not going to be any easier. And if the economy tanks a little bit, you're going to need everything that we've been talking about today, and you're going to need it bad. So I'm imploring you, please play with us. We're here to help you. Your success in 2023 is dependent on how you prepare in 2022. You have to be ready, because if you're not ready, you're going to say, oh, it's January. What do I do now? No bueno. Go here. Have a good time. Jen, do you have anything else you'd like to add to our fine folks? Does anybody else have any questions?
Sneed is here. And Gregory Sneed says, I've been using a CRM for 10 years, and thanks to Jeffrey, recording more info about my customers in the CRM. Great move. Awesome. Awesome. You're getting girls rule from Julie.
Yeah, they do rule. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to you guys and thank you very much for your time and trouble. We will follow up with you 400 times to make sure you got the message.
You know what I'd love to know, Jeffrey, of the 3 strategies you offered, and let's just do a quick recap on them, okay? Strategy 1, double your time in front of people who can say yes to you. Strategy 2.
Yeah. You're asking me or telling me?
A follow-through strategy that actually works. So how you're following through. Strategy 3, turning customer relationships into loyal referring friendships. And then strategy 4, using tech to change your game. Which one?
3.5.
And pop it in the, sorry, 3.5. Which one are you going to be implementing first? Because these webinars are great, but if you come just to listen and then not take action, it's not going to make a difference in your life. So what I really want to know is, sales makers or action takers? What are you taking action on today? Pop that in the chat. And I just recapped all the strategies for you to make it easy.
Oh, Jen, you recap or you? So guys, there's more to come. We're going to talk about intentions. We have a webinar coming up on going beyond goal setting all the way to intention and following through. And I believe that's, if you're in the accelerator program, we're going to have our first one on Friday. Short, but it'll be there. What you intend to do is what actually gets done in spite of the goals that you're handed, because they may not get done. So understand the nuance and the difference of that. But in the meantime, we're here to provide you with value and valuable information. And I'm very grateful to you for being our customer today. Cheers. And make sure you document the details.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We're out.